very slowly. Exhale. You can keep your hands here if that helps your awareness. The slower we breathe and with the intention to take the breath deep into the lower lobe of the lung, we're going to start to soften some of the tension we're holding in our body automatically. A few deep breaths does wonders. I'm aware of any tension in the jaw. You can press your hands on the muscle right here. Like when you grit your teeth, you feel that tensing. Just go in lightly if that feels comfortable for your practice. And just gently massage. Maybe open and close the jaw. Just gently releasing tension. Softening your forehead. You can even take your thumb and just press it in between your eyebrows and just feel the tension you might be holding in this focal point. Let go. Take your thumb and rub across your forehead right in the center. And let it go. Another breath in with intention. Slow in, slow out. Feel the tension releasing from your body. So, correlating the concept of tension with effort, unconscious effort. And you might not think of your tension as effort, but it is. It's this, walking around, prepping yourself for the next hard thing we have to go through today. That's not unfounded thinking exactly. There's a lot of hard things we come across every day. However, being like this all day is a yoga pose. Just think of this as a posture. You are spending a lot of time in that posture. So when we take some deep breaths, we soften our shoulders, we feel the change in our body. Like the second you're doing this, just kind of let yourself like, oh, and come down. It's not very exciting. There's no adrenaline, your dopamine is going crazy in your bloodstream to reinforce this experience. We're going away from that. So sort of this like settling in. The more you do it, it does feel exciting to get to this place. If you spent a lot of time stressed out, then you just kind of come down. But when you've been stressed and you spend more time in this come down state, it's like, oh, thank goodness, I'm back. So take another breath in and hold gently. Try to fill the lung completely. So total maximum oxygen intake. Maybe when you think you're there, take a little more air in, another sip. But soft shoulders, soft belly. We're not using our belly here at all. You're going to feel some engagement around the diaphragm, which is fine, but we're not clenching. Exhale, softly hold the breath out. Just let it all go. And you'll feel a tendency, almost it could feel like a panicky sensation here. Just see if you can hold the breath out through that feeling. Nothing's wrong. Take another breath in. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 5 and hold. Lock the throat. So that throat lock, a lot of us are doing this engagement in this muscle group throughout our day when we're stressed. And this is a huge factor in shallow breathing. So we're like clenching up here. This creates a lot of neck and shoulder tension. Exhale slowly, count 8, hold the breath out, pull the belly in and pull up through your pelvic floor. So we want to engage our entire abdominal girdle, like your muscles work almost as a girdle, holding everything in place. Everything should feel very tense here. Shoulders soft. Inhale. Lock your throat. Soft shoulders, soft belly. Exhale. Really push the air out. Pull the belly in. Pull up through the pelvic floor. Hold tension here. No tension in the shoulders. No tension in the face. Tongue is soft. Inhale, 5. Hold the breath. Lock the throat. Soft shoulders, soft belly, soft hips. Everything's soft. Feel your sit bones. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Pull in and up. Create tension in the belly, but every other part of yourself is as soft as can be. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 8. Inhale, halfway hold. 3/4 hold. Full hold. Hold. Maybe a little more air. Exhale, half. 3/4. Full. Hold out. Inhale, half. 3/4. Full. Maybe a little more air in. Exhale, half. 3/4. Full. Hold out. Just hold out. Keep holding. Feel everything coming down. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 8. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 8. Just to solidify this breath work, let's do alternate nostril breathing. So plug your left nostril. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. One more round. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Take another few breaths here, 5 and 5. Just feel what is happening in your body. This is the point of a practice, is to become aware of how you're feeling. At least it's the point of my practice. And to me, if we create awareness around our breath and how our breath can impact how we feel and how our tension can move around, it doesn't mean it's all gone. You can feel that sense of like something down, not holding on so tightly. Let's move into tabletop. And instead of cat-cow, we're going to press our hip back to the left, circle back, come over to the right and forward. Let's do 2 more to the left. Just move gently. You want to be mindful of your knees. This is a lot. You can put a pillow under the knees. We're just trying to gently wake up the hips, the low spine. And then reverse direction. Let's do 4 this direction. Staying aware of your breath. Feeling the floor under your hands. Maybe pressing your big toes into the mat for stability. Coming into tabletop. Find a cat spine and let's hold for 2 breath cycles. Press back here. Want to feel the stretch moving down the spine into the low back, sacral area. Take another breath. Coming forward, drop the belly, pull the heart forward. Shoulders are squeezing towards center line and down towards the hips, and we're trying to press our sit bones towards the ceiling. Maybe press your big toes into the floor. This is a grounding, activating the legs. And move into cat-cow, moving with your breath. You can go as slow or as fast as you'd like here. Really thinking about maximizing the stretch. So it's just a gentle pull forward with the heart as you drop the belly, and then really spread the shoulders apart. Push the floor away as you move into your cat spine. And a neutral spine, coming down to your elbows, making sure they're under your shoulders, cat-cow from elbow. Move with your breath. And find cat spine here, hold. Maybe press back through the hips, take a deep breath. I'm looking for the deeper stretch in the low spine. Maybe give the head a little shake here. Then heart pulls forward, find a cow spine. Shoulders are pulling back towards the hips, pretty active here. Coming up, finding tabletop. Curl your toes under to find down dog. Knees are bent. Here, lifting through the sit bones. Spreading through the fingers as much as you can. Pressing back, looking for the deep stretch in the back of the leg. We don't want to force the heel here. Toes are active. Maybe look at your feet. See which side of the foot you're dropping your weight. Redistribute. Float forward into a plank. Hold your plank here. Pivot the toes to the right, right arm up. Back to center. Pivot to the left, left arm up. Back to center. Back to down dog and start to walk it forward. Halfway lift. Forward fold, and hold your forward fold, bending through the knees here. Maybe letting your chest touch the top of your thighs. You can grab your elbows. You could step the feet wide if this is putting pressure on the low spine. Angle your head here. Stay aware of your breath. Feel the low ribs expand on the inhale. Feel the low back muscles moving on your inhale. You put your hands on your back. Give the head another shake. And if it's available, hands, palms up under the feet. Walk your toes up to the wrists. Push the feet into the palms. Spread your shoulders, lift the hips, pressing down through the heels. Halfway lift. Forward fold, reverse swan dive. Hands to prayer. Mountain pose here. So maybe step the big toes together. There's a little bit of this, I think it was on Friday, so some of you might have missed it. Toes together, maybe it was Wednesday. Every day is the same. Sit into chair. Focus is knees squeeze in towards center. The big toe, the ball under the big toes, touching. Maybe your big toes are still touching. Everyone's feet are different. We're keeping this squeezing in towards the center line. Pull the belly in, squeeze the glutes, feel the back of the leg activate. So we're in the same pose that we always do. We're actually asking different things of the leg. So you should feel it in a different spot. Make the arms very active here if you want. Press the palm center, shoulders squeeze in, take a breath. Revolve chair. Work the elbow to the outer right thigh. Knees and hips stay on the same line. And because we don't usually practice knees and feet together, this might feel like a balance challenge, which is a good thing. If you want to shift your gaze up towards the ceiling over the right shoulder, also will challenge your balance. Twist opposite. Knees and hips squaring forward. Maybe look up at the ceiling. Take another breath. Center. Sweep down and up. Swan dive. Keeping the feet together, hold your halfway lift. Hands can come to the shins. Hands could be on blocks or the floor. Pull heart forward. So, instead of pressing back, walking the hands slightly forward or pull the heart forward. So some of the weight is coming into the balls of the feet, but we're still pressing through the heels. Feel that activation in the back of the leg. Knees are not locked, but we're working on a straight leg. So everyone's straight leg is going to look different. You might still have quite a bit of bend in the knee, and that's totally fine. Everyone's hamstrings are doing different things. Forward fold, roll it up. Step the feet wider than hip distance. Feet out 45 degrees. And then hands can come to the hips, hinging forward. Hold the heart forward. We want the spine straight. And bringing the weight more forward into the balls of the feet. If it feels available, push your hands into the thigh crease. Pull the heart forward, push back through the sit bones. Again, knees are soft. We're not locking our knees. Take a deep breath. And for me, this really gets in right above the back of my knee, that bottom edge of my hamstring. Take another breath. And then forward fold, left hand center, right hand up. If you want to bend the left knee, you can. Work on straight leg, both sides. Twist the shoulders here. We're twisting the shoulders, trying to stack the shoulders on top of each other. Maybe look at the ceiling. Half bind the right arm. Grab the right leg with the left hand. Pull the heart towards the knee. Then dangle your head. Focus on pressing the floor away with that right heel. Lift the right sit bone. Give the head another shake. Coming center, right hand to the floor, left arm up. You can bend right knee. You can work on straight both sides. Square from your shoulders. So we're trying to stack the shoulders on top of each other. Half bind the left arm. Heart pulls over towards the left knee. Give the left leg a pull here and dangle the head. Focus on the left heel, pressing into the floor. Lift through the left sit bone. Take another breath. Coming center and dangle. Grab your elbows. Maybe heart sways from knee to knee. Really work on decompression here through the spine. So knees can be as bent as you want them to be. This isn't about straight leg. It's more about what's going on in your spine. You want to feel that sensation of decompression. Let the head be heavy here. Halfway lift, heel toe, back to hip distance. Forward fold and reverse one leg. Hands to prayer for mountain pose. Connecting the four corners of your feet to the floor, lifting the toes. Knees are soft. Sit into a chair. And look at what your knees are doing here. So as we sit in a chair, sometimes we want to drop our weight to the outer edges of the foot. So the knees kind of open up, I'm exaggerating, or they're knocking in. Just look at what they're doing. Look at your feet. Try to keep the knees actively holding this center position. And you're doing that by pressing the four corners of the feet. You're going to feel it come up the side of the calf, up your IT band. That's their job. You're going to feel the activity on the inner thigh. That's what we're looking for. And as a result, you're going to feel more activity, feet wide apart from the tops of the quads. So take a deep breath. Sweep it down. Come up. Swan dive. Halfway lift. Step, hop, walk back, plank. Hold your plank. Maybe floating the heart forward a little bit more in between the biceps. So you're resting more on your toes. It's going to make it a lot harder core workout. Pull that belly in. Take another breath. Chaturanga, elbows towards the side body. Move into up dog. If you want to look over the left shoulder, maybe look over the right shoulder, floating through the knees if that feels available. So you're on the tops of your feet. If you're working on the foot rollover, pushing the floor away, so you're putting some pressure on the top of the feet, flip one toe over at a time. Coming into down dog. So creating a lot of length here in the upper body. Trying to feel the length of our spine. Lift your toes. Inhale, left knee to the chest, step forward, runner's lunge. Take a deep breath here, pressing back through the right heel. Bringing the left hand forward, right hand forward, float right leg. Your front knee can be very bent here. You want to keep this right hip squaring down to the floor. As high as comfortable through the right foot. Get this nice activation in the back of the left leg. Bring the right knee forward in front of the left foot for a forward fold. Sway side to side. Coming center, uncross. Right knee comes up towards the chest. Straight back. Hold here. Come up more, just resting barely on your fingertips. Keep pressing back through the right heel. Step it back. Come into high lunge crescent pose. Drop your shoulders. Square the hips forward. Here you could shift your gaze up towards the ceiling. Maybe extend the hands behind you, working on just a little bit of the back bend here. Hands come to prayer. Heart pulls forward over the left knee and hold one breath. Straight spine. Come into a revolved crescent. You could flow your arms here. You could work towards the bind. Coming back to runner's lunge. Drop the back knee. If it feels more comfortable, just square the hips for a low lunge. Just hinge here. Really tuck the tailbone. Get into that front hip flexor. If it's more comfortable to hinge forward, finding more space here, choose your own. Press through the right big toe, no matter what you're doing. This activates the front line coming up. Hands where they feel comfortable. You can work on your back bend here. Let's find a low lunge twist. Coming center, find a forward fold over the left leg. Press back through the hips. Point and flex the foot. Figure out what feels best for your practice. Right hand across the left leg. Twist towards the left side of your mat. Still pressing back through the hips. Hips stay squaring forward. And then coming forward to find pigeon. So foot as close to the right hip as you require. Forward fold into sleeping pigeon. So here, just dropping your weight. And at first, doesn't feel like a lot of space. That's okay. Resting your head on your hands or a block. Or just let it dangle depending on where you're at. Taking your breath a little deeper. Slowing your exhale down. So let's count 5 for the inhale, 8 for the exhale. And on the next exhale, we'll just drop all the way on the right side. So soften the right shoulder, the right hip, the right knee and ankle. Wiggle those right toes. And the next exhale, soften your left shoulder down through the left hip, knee, and ankle. Wiggle your left toes. And on our next exhale, let's become aware of any part of ourselves we're trying to hold off the floor or hold in place. Just let it go. Let your body support itself. A few more breaths here. Just let it really work in through the hips, through that IT band, down the calf. You might feel it on the outer calf. Getting in the piriformis region, through the low spine. Sitting up for pinwheel. Want to square the shins to the edges of our mat and flex through the heels. Our focal point is the right sit bone. We're pressing into it. We're not forcing it to do anything. We're just pressing there. Pull the heart forward between the legs. And we're still thinking about that focal point. Take another breath. Moving back 45 degrees. Still thinking about pressing down through that right focal point. And coming up, pull the left foot in as close to the right leg as possible. Doing a little functional movement here. No hands if possible, hands to prayer. See if you can bring the right leg around to the outer left leg. So right ankle, outer left thigh. Sit up tall, left arm comes up and across. Let's twist. Twist from your shoulders. Don't force the low back to do anything. Just want to sit up tall for maximum stretch here. Really get into the side body. And the thing about the muscles on the side of your body, their job is to keep you centered. They hold a lot of tension. That's their job. They're always just pressing in. And so when we add stress, mental stress to our body, like tensing everything, they're already so tense that a lot of here, these muscles can feel really tight down the legs, even in your head, right above your ears. There's some fascial release points for tension headaches. Coming center to log cabin. That might just look like this. That's fine. It's just dropping your right leg. Find your sit bones. Working this pose as much as you can, ankle over knee, knee over ankle. And if it's available, you can pull your heart forward. Take a breath and just drop the weight in your right leg. Feeling the stretch through the left hip. Take a couple more breaths here. Functional movement, hands to prayer. See if you can start to sweep the right leg back behind you. Knee to chest plank, so your left knee comes into the chest. Maybe extend the left leg back and hold foot down whenever you are ready. You could chaturanga, elevated foot. Pull the heart forward and up. Maybe flip the knees. Coming into down dog. Pedal the feet and shake the head. Bringing the right knee into the chest, float forward. Runner's lunge. Just hold here, pressing back through the left heel. Deep breath. Hands come forward. We're going to lift the left leg. We're working on straightening the right leg, but that's your edge, wherever you're at. Square the left hip to the floor. Really active through the left foot. Lift as high as you can. Take a couple of breaths here. Bring the left knee towards your chest. Step the left foot in front of the right. Forward fold, maybe sway side to side. Uncross, left knee comes back to the chest. Press back here, square your hips. Reach back with the left toes, coming up into a high lunge press it. Drop your shoulders away from the ears as you sink into the right knee. Soft belly, soft shoulders. Maybe shift your gaze towards the ceiling, working on the back bend. Hands to prayer. Heart forward over the right knee. Hold your straight spine. And then twist. Revolved crescent. Maybe float your arms. You can work toward the bind. Deep breath. Coming center, hands down, runner's lunge. Drop the back knee. Here you can square, or you can hinge forward. Your preference. Engage the left big toe to the floor. Hands where they feel comfortable. You can come to the thigh, towards the ceiling. Work on your back bend. Squeeze your glutes. Hands to prayer. Twist here. Ball flow lunge. Hands to the floor. Press back. Forward fold over the right leg. Point and flex the foot. Move in to pigeon. Forward fold, sleeping pigeon. Being aware of your breath, counting 5 and 8 for the inhale and the exhale. On the next exhale, relax the left shoulder, left hip, knee, and ankle. On this next exhale, soften the right shoulder, hip, knee, and ankle. And on the next exhale, become aware of any part of yourself that you're holding tension. Let it go. And stretch, deepen the outer leg through the piriformis. You can build in the glute, the low back. Really important stretch. You want to hold it long enough to bypass the stretch reflex. These muscles hold so much tension. It takes a lot of effort, as in no effort. So holding a pose in a yin pose is effort to stay here long enough to get these muscles to start releasing. As you're ready, coming up to find pinwheel. Square your shins to the edges of your mat, flexing the heels. Focal point, we're pressing the left sit bone towards the floor. Pull the heart forward between the legs. Take a breath. Then lean back. Take a breath, still pressing the left sit bone towards the floor. Set up. Right foot in towards the left leg. Hands to prayer. Functional movement, trying to move your leg without using your hands. See how far you can go. Right arm comes up, twist across, look over your left shoulder sitting up tall. Finding log cabin. So dropping weight in the left leg, and that could just be here for some of us. Working the ankle over the knee over the ankle for the rest of us. Heart can pull forward for a little bit of a forward pull. Take some deep breaths. Coming up, we're going to sweep the left leg behind us, coming into knee to chest plank. Right knee is into the chest, extend straight back. Chaturanga. Hold your up dog. And then knees down. Maybe bringing the knees wider than your hips. Sit back wide-legged child's pose. Maybe tenting the palms, but curl the fingers forward. Stretch your armpit. Take a deep breath. And then drop the weight in your arm. If you want, you can bring your hands to prayer behind your head, behind your neck, walking the elbows forward, keeping the stretch in the back of the arms, down into the armpits. That's optional. You can do a gentle rock side to side on your forehead, releasing some tension in those muscles. Drop the weight in your chest. Relax your shoulders. Soften through the hips. Just let the hips hold themselves in place. We don't need to create extra tension here. Let it go. Letting your body sink deeper into this pose. Curl your hands to the right. Press through the left sit bone. Curl your hands to the left. Press through the right sit bone. Coming up, bring the knees together. That's available for rock pose. Sitting onto your heels. Maybe moving your glute out of the way. Your heels might be pressing right into that piriformis region. It can be a little bit of a release through those muscles. And if this doesn't feel available, you can always use a block or a bolster in between the thighs and the calf. Or you could sit cross-legged here. You just want to think about soft shoulders, soft belly. Let it hang out. Push it forward. Think about how much of your day, and maybe not during quarantine as much or COVID days, but how much of your day typically you spend sucking your gut in, walking around, pulling your gut in. Just want to let it out, push it out, let your organs drop. This is when people say yoga improves your digestion. This is what they're talking about. Letting go of the tension that we hold in our abdomen that impedes our organs from doing their job. Coming into cross-legged. Knees as wide as feels comfortable. You can sit on a block here. Get your hips up. If this is tight and it feels like you kind of have to slump to sit up here, get on the block or a pillow. Bring the floor up so that it's comfortable for your hips to relax. That's the most important thing. Keeping awareness around your belly, just soften it. Let the belly push forward. Shoulders should feel effortlessly soft and back. We've been working our posture muscles. Head should feel right above the shoulders, not forward. This puts a lot of strain on the neck muscles, and we do this a lot in our day. We want to think about chin slightly tucked and back, lifting the head. Drop the right ear, right shoulder. Shake the head here. Find the point of most tension and hold. Press out through the left hand. Flex the hand. So we are pushing through the wrist. Fingers are pointing towards the ceiling. Drop the shoulder. Palm faces the floor. Spread your fingers. Rotate the thumb. Very slowly here. Looking for the maximum stretch of rotation around the wrist, hand moving around your wrist. And lower the hand 45 degrees, reach out through the index finger and the middle finger here. Maybe flex through the thumb. It can feel very tingly here, that's okay. Rotate the thumb here. And come up to center. And then gently pressing the hands in to the occipital region. So it's right where the base of your skull connects to your neck. You almost feel like these little indents in there. Get in there. I like to rub this way. You could rub up and down. Just take your middle finger. It doesn't need to be a lot of pressure. Just feel in there. When you find the point of most tension, you can hold there. Maybe tuck your chin slightly and push your head back into your fingers. Take a deep breath. And then walk your fingers down your neck. So you're pressing in and then come back up. Tuck the chin towards the chest, walking the hands up the back of your skull, keeping it the same distance, so about an inch, inch and a half apart. And then release. Left ear, left shoulder, shake your head. Find the point of most tension and hold. Press out through the right palm. So flex through the wrist, fingers point up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Drop the shoulder, push a little bit harder through the wrist. And palm face down. Spread your fingers wide and rotate the thumb around your wrist. Looking for as much movement as possible. And then lowering down 45 degrees, rotate the wrist or the thumb around your wrist. Gently lifting up, drop the chin center. Really tucking the chin in here. Drop the weight in your shoulders, maximum stretch in the neck. You could take your hands on either side of the vertebrae, the cervical vertebrae, and just press in on those muscles coming up towards the base of the skull. There's a little indent right there. You can just press in, and then it's like lifting the head and pressing back into the fingers. Take a breath. Pinching fingers coming under the ears. There's that muscle right there. Just give it a little pinch. Come down the length of the muscle. Just gently. It doesn't have to be a lot of pressure. If you find a place there that's more tense than any other, you can just kind of hold, give it a little shake. Taking your fingers gently right in at the top of the collarbone. So you shrug your shoulders, feel that little collarbone indent. You don't want to put a lot of pressure here. That muscle holds so much tension. You can just gently tap it. You press in deep enough, you're actually touching the top of your lung, which is pretty wild. So you just want to press in very soft. And then right under the collarbone, you press up into it gently. Really big release, fascial release area right in here. And this kind of has a lot to do with this muscle group pulling towards the armpit here. Just let it go. Take a deep breath. Hands into the knees, circle around the hips. And reverse. Coming center, right hand out, left arm up, over, press down through the sit bone, reach through the fingers. Stretch the side body, feel your ribs pull apart, come up and over. Press down through the right sit bone, reach through the fingers, spread through the ribs. Right hand, left knee, left hand behind sit bones, twist here, drop the right shoulder, feel the stretch, come up the arm, up the neck. Take another breath. Left arm across, so you curve the spine, drop the chin, press back, feel the stretch in your low spine. Twist to the right. Look over the right shoulder, drop the left shoulder. Feel the stretch, come up the left arm, up through the traps, the neck. Take a deep breath. Right arm across the body, C curve here, gently pressing back through the lower spine. Want to feel maximum stretch. Pick up the arms for eagle wrap, so right over left. Lift your elbows gently and pull the shoulders down. Hands can tip to the right, left ear, left shoulder. Maybe shake the head. Opposite, left over right. Lift through the palms, the wrists. Pull the shoulders down. Hands tip to the left, ear to the right. And then sweep the hands behind the back. Pull through the fists. Pull the chest forward. Maximum stretch here through the pectoral muscles. Maybe drop the chin towards the chest. Pull the fist to the right, ear to the right. Shake your head. Switch sides. And come onto your back. Knees are up in the air. Right ankle over left thigh. Pull the left leg in. Flexing through the right heel. It's going to intensify the stretch. We collapse the ankle here. We're not really targeting the muscles we're looking for. When we flex the heel, we're getting into the muscle group we're trying to get into. And then slide the right leg across the left for reclining shoelace. Grab the legs where it's available. Try to make a T here with the shins. And then pull the feet towards the floor and towards your shoulders. Deep breath. Switch legs. Bring the left ankle over the right thigh. Pull the right leg into the chest. Flex the left heel. Rocking side to side. And then pull the leg across the body, grabbing the legs where available to make a T with the shins. Pull the feet towards the shoulders and the floor. Take a deep breath. Release into happy baby. Rock side to side here. That was available. And then maybe drop the feet towards your sit bones. Knees stay wide. Dropping the knees, the weight in the knees. You could gently rock side to side if it feels good. And then bring the feet to the floor for lying butterfly. Pressing into the thigh crease if that feels comfortable. Dropping the weight in the legs as much as you can. Become aware of any effort you're using to clench the inner thighs here. We just want to relax. If it's uncomfortable, you can use a prop under the thighs or the knees. Knees up, feet wide, tuck your tailbone for a moment, and then drop the knees in towards center. Press through the outer edges of your feet for a moment, and then soften. So that really activates the muscles we're trying to stretch here. So when you think about really trying to get into some of these deeper muscles that are a lot harder to actually stretch, like this pose specifically, pressing in, activating, creating tension, a lot of tension in those muscles, and then softening. We bypass the stretch reflex. So we're getting in a little deeper on the release. The stretch reflex is the fascia. It covers your muscle. It's very strong. It's very thin, almost like a membrane, even though it's not a membrane, but it kind of looks like that. And it's like chainmail. And its job is to hold all the muscle fiber in place. And so it can hold a lot of tension, and it takes a lot of convincing for the fascia to start having a new range of motion. It's like, nope, you do this all the time, so this is what we do. And so it's what helps you catch yourself some, like when you maybe slip, some of that is center of gravity, some of that's your fascia, like tightens, everything tightens. But we want to work through that. Heel toe the feet back to center, tuck your tailbone, right toes curl under, take a breath. And then left toes curl under, take a breath. Then heels towards the ceiling. You can keep the knees very bent here if you want, or you could flex the heels, really extend towards the ceiling, point flex the feet. Hold the heel flex, spread your toes. Imagine you could point your toes to your nose. Spread them as wide as possible, finding your yoga toe stretch, and then point, pigeon toe the feet, getting the outer tendons of the foot, upper foot coming up the shin. You can just hold here gently, knees bent, or you could work into a plow. Maybe support the low spine. You're in plow and want to work on an inversion for shoulder stand, hands come in for support on the low back, floating the legs up, bringing the ankle over knee, knee over hip. And as you're ready, lower one vertebrae at a time, walking the feet forward for Shavasana. Crawl the fingers down towards the knees, pressing the shoulders into the floor actively. Arch your back off the floor, flex the heels, spread the toes. A deep breath. Exhale, let it all go. Gently rocking your head side to side. Relaxing your forehead by lifting your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. Open and close the mouth. Tongue stays soft. Relax your throat through the collarbones and shoulders, down through the arms. Wiggle your fingers. Just relax the wrists. Down your spine, through the belly. Relax your hips. Relax the quads. Sometimes we can unconsciously lift our kneecaps. You want to relax. And relax the ankles. Just let the feet fall out to the side. Wiggle your toes. Take a breath to a count of 5. And on this next exhale, just let it go. Everything sinks into the floor. Become aware of any part of yourself you're holding rigid. 5 and 5 for your breath. 3 cycles, staying present to the sound of your breath. See if you can hear your heartbeat. Become aware of the feeling of the floor under your body. Being aware of your breath. Staying in this posture of surrender. Maybe lengthen the inhale and match your exhale for a few breath cycles. And then reach the arms behind you. Find a morning stretch. So stretch your body long. Fingers reach as far back as possible. Toes point forward. Maybe arch your back off the ground. Take a breath. Exhale, knees to chest. Rock side to side. And then come forward to a seated position. Sitting up tall should feel a lot less effortful. Should just feel easy, shoulders back automatically, just the length of your spine. Awareness connected to the sit bones. Just drop your weight there. Feel how the sit bones are supporting the hips, how the hips are supporting your spine. Feel each vertebrae stacking up on the other, supporting the neck, which effortlessly supports your head. Shoulders are not active, just soften, fall away from the ears. Hands come up to prayer, to your heart. Bow your head to your heart. Just take a moment here Focusing on something you're grateful for. It could be your spine. Thank you for coming to class today. Namaste.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Jenny. That was great.